Hello, hello. We're back today, and as promised, today we're talking about how to raise your vibration permanently. Like this time for reals. We're doing it. I'll give you guys a chance to hop on. If you would like to participate in the chat, you can join the membership. The link is in the description box. There's also a join button. Once it's live, I will confirm that you can hear me and see me, and then we will talk about it. I have my notes here. So I'll go through the training and then I will take some questions from the chat. Yes, I think it's good. Hey, you guys can hear me all right? Hello, hello. Welcome all of our members. Okay, awesome. So let's just dive right into it. So what is a vibration and why do we need to keep it high? I'll try to keep this part short and sweet, but basically your vibration is your energy resonance. It's like your frequency field, and they've actually scientifically been able to measure this now. And so what they found is that it goes about an arm length out in all directions. So sideways, this way, up, down. It's like your own little magnetic field. And it consists of your dominant ways of being, thinking, and feeling. Okay. And if you guys want another resource for this, the Heart Math Institute has been doing research on this for the last, I don't know, 35 years. And their studies have been mind blowing, but they've also been replicated like all over the world. So this isn't like just some woo-woo thing, although I love woo-woo, but this is like scientifically confirmed. We all do have a resonance field and it can be measured, okay? And it consists of your dominant ways of being, thinking, and feeling, okay? What they've also found is that your resonance field, this energy field, this um, sort of like ball of energy that's around you, it is contagious in good ways and in bad ways. So for example, if I have a glass of water here, which I have my magnesium water right here, and I'm like thinking negative thoughts right now, I'm going to infuse this water with negative thoughts. And then, if my daughter were to come, or, if I was to give this water to someone else, they would now be drinking it, and that would be influencing their field as well. So our field has the ability to raise other people's consciousness or vibration, lower it. Stress is contagious, fear is contagious. Like we know this scientifically now. So we all have this field, okay? We're just gonna call it our like resonance field, vibration, whatever word you resonate with, that's the word, okay? This field is a cause of like what you have in your field is because of the things that you think and the ways you be, but it also creates your own perceptions, assumptions, and reality. So this is why people get caught up in this like loop, right? Happy Easter, everyone. For those that are celebrating, I'll chat with you guys in a minute. Let me get through my training. So your thinking thoughts, feeling feelings, and ways of being create and manipulate this field. But then this field also manipulates your perceptions, assumptions, and realities. So the lens with how you view the world, this field is how you view the world, but it's also how the world responds to you. Does that make sense? Okay. So it's really like this loop. You create it, but then it also creates you, and then it sends out this signal, and everything responds to you according to this sort of unseen, but like felt, very much felt frequency. Okay. Now, keep in mind that everything in nature is designed to move towards resonance. Like attracts like, right? This is why people trauma bond. right? Like people who are traumatized only know how to bond through trauma because that's what's in their field and they're attracted towards that and more of that comes towards them. People who are healthy bond through health. People that are flirty bond through flirtiness, right? So in in its natural design, everything in nature is designed towards moving through towards more life, right? So nature just naturally wants to reproduce and grow and regenerate. So everyone is in a healthy state, wants to move towards something that's attractive, healthy, loving, joyful. Unless something interrupts that and there's like trauma within you, then you think that the only way to bond is through trauma, right? So there's some sort of a distortion in your field. So here's the most important part that you need to know on how you can raise your vibration. We all have a dominant vibration. We all currently have a dominant vibration. They've actually also studied this. And what they found is regardless of the circumstances around you, you always revert back to your dominant vibration. So, for example, if you were poor and you were very unhappy and then you won the lottery, there would be a spike in your happiness and in your vibration, but eventually, might be a week later, a month later, a year later, 2 years later, you're going to come back down to your dominant vibration. The most fascinating part of this study was when they studied people that had gone through the most horrific things. Like, for example, there was a very large study done on people who had lost a part of their body, like a limb, like in an accident, an arm or a leg. And they studied like these people's lives before the accident and like where they were on the scale of happiness. So let's say that there is a vibration scale of 10, okay? And let's say that these people were like a 7. Okay, well, one person was a 7. They have the accident and now they're really depressed. Obviously, they lost an arm or a leg, right? They would fall to like a 1, and within a year or two, they would go back up to a 7. It was so fascinating. So it works in both like directions. So if you are like your dominant vibration right now is a 5, and you think that it would be a 10 if you had $1 million, if you got $1 million, you would have a spike to a 8, 9, 10, and then you would be back down to 5 because that is your dominant vibration. You have not done any inner work. There was an outside cause, right, that had the effect of momentarily giving you a spike, but then there was no inner work done and you came down to a 5. And you would say, well, why weren't you happy? Well, you will find some other reason why the $1 million didn't make you happy. Okay. So, and the opposite could also be true. You could be at a 10 and something, God forbid, negative could happen, and momentarily you would be depressed and you would be down to a 3. Within 6 months to a year or whatever time frame, you would be back to a 10. And people would say, why are you happy this horrific thing happened to you? Because that's your dominant frequency. That's how you be. The thoughts that you think, the feelings that you have, like that's how you be. That's all you know. So most people go through life thinking, well, I would be happier if this happened, or if that happened, or if I was in love, or I had my partner, if I had the money. That's true. You would have a spike, but unless you also did inner work, you would revert back to your default. That's what happened to me. When I attracted my husband, got married, literally had everything handed to me. He retired me from my business that I was burned out from, gave me a house, an allowance, a car, like time to do whatever the hell I wanted. I was happy for like a hot ass minute. And then I was back down to feeling fear, feeling unsafe, because I hadn't done any inner work. I thought that all of these things would make me happy, and they did for a hot minute. But then I started picking fights with him. You guys know this story, those of you guys that have been following my journey. This was 15 years ago when we first got married. And I started creating all these issues. And then I had to like wake up out of it and be like, oh my God, I literally have everything I've always wanted. Why am I still unhappy? Why am I still feeling exactly the same way that I felt being a single mom and going through all of that? Because that was my dominant vibration at the time. I had done zero inner work to raise my vibration. I had to start doing inner work. So now, where my vibration is, I'm at my peak, I'm at my high, I'm feeling great. Something negative happens, I have a little spike down, and then I just return back to it. And if something like a new peak happens, I'm like, ooh, this was a new peak. I want this to be my dominant. Okay, what do I need to do where this peak up gets to be the new normal? That gets to be the new level for me. So the only way to change your vibration is to change it permanently. Otherwise, you keep having these peaks. Raise your hand if you've had those peaks. We all know those peaks where we're like feeling our best, things are going great for us, we're feeling alive, we're feeling awesome, we're manifesting, and then that person over there says something to us. That one over there looks at us funny, or our mom says something, or doesn't say something, or our partner does something to annoy us, and we're back down to our dominant vibration because that's our norm. That's where we feel the most comfortable. Okay. So our job is to raise that level slowly and intentionally. There's people that do this all the time. Scientifically, medically, we call them bipolar, right? It's a roller coaster. It's a hot mess, right? And aside from like the medical part of it, right? Like that level, the crazy level, there's another level where it's like you're great as long as no one's messing with you. But then you return back to your normal. So what I like to do is I like to raise my level slowly and intentionally where it's robust. I don't want to do this. I hate this. I'm not available for that anymore. That's like 15 years ago, Mina. We're not doing that anymore. I like to raise it consistently, slowly, intentionally, and in a robust way. I taught you guys that entire formula in my Fem Fortune container course, right? You guys remember that. And in fact, before I was doing this training today, I had this inspiration to put the Fem Fortune container course on a 50% off flash sale. So I literally like 2 minutes before I went live, I'm like, okay, let's do it. So that's the link for you. It's in the description box and in the chat. I also extended the time for the Budapest intensive. By the way, this is going to be our largest intensive yet, the Budapest one in Hungary, and half the seats are sold. Just within the first like 48 hours, half seats gone. So if that's calling out to you, that's also linked in the description box. What's coming up for you? Tell me all the things. How can I help you raise your vibration? Are you doing the roller coaster thing? Are you doing the stable thing? If you had to guess your number right now, let's say that there was an imaginary scale of 1 to 10. What is your dominant vibration right now? Meaning, what's the one that you return to? What's the one where you spend the most amount of time? Hi, Sophie. Yay. She said, so excited for Budapest. Happy to have you, babe. Yes, someone said, Cher said, I need a robust raise. Because if we have those like momentary highs, the lows feel even lower then. Because now you're like, what gives? Yesterday I was like flying high, and today I'm like, right? Like a normal 5 will now feel like a 2. So that's why I believe in doing it through inner work and making sure that it's robust. It's sustainable. Okay, I'm getting some numbers back from you. Jessica said 7. Diane said probably a 5. Okay. Kayla said 6. Misha said, can we do a meditation to help raise our vibration? We can, but it's going to spike you. We can, Misha. It's going to give you a spike right now, and then you'll go back to your dominant one after I'm done with the meditation. That's just an unfortunate reality. But what you can do is do your inner work and raise it permanently. And then when you normalize that, then raise it another inch, then another inch. But you have to move in a way where it's robust. Erica said 7. Kayla said 8. Shir said 5. Happy Easter. Is it the same as emotional regulation? I have anger outbursts at my fantastic husband 3 to 4 times a year. It's terrible. It's like I must go back to a place where I have to be angry again. So, anger is something best dealt with, I would say, in therapy. I'm a life coach. So, one way to explain this is therapy is archaeology and life coaching is architecture. So once you are in a healthy state where you want to move forward and grow, then you need life coaching. But therapy gets you to a base level of functioning, if that makes sense. So anger and some of those like things that are a little bit more where you have to like dig things up, that's gonna be best served in a therapy container. And I've went to therapy. I think therapy is such a great tool that we can have in our toolbox. Ina, since I started to watch your videos, I find myself to stand up for what I truly want. Thank you a lot. Awesome, Saimo. I'm so happy to hear that. I have been listening to The Secret on repeat, and these lives just reunite the spike in soul to manifest my desires. Awesome. Parenting and my relationships, staying in my feminine and staying open, 6 and 7. Beautiful. So the reason that this number is important and we want to be honest with this number is that it becomes a beautiful measuring tool to know if we're moving in the right direction. So let's say that your dominant right now is 5, okay? And at your peak, you're able to go to a 6. Then it's important to say, well, how long can you stay in a peak? If you're like, well, Mina, I can do a 6 for like 2 days and then I'm down to a 5, then I'm gonna say, okay, can we make it 3 days? Can we make it so that you can stay in your 6 for 3 days? And if you came back to me and you said, Mina, I did it for 3 days, I would say, okay, all right, can we go 3.5 days? What we're doing is we are resetting the ways of your being, the thoughts that you think, the feelings that you have, and we're making the 6 your dominant state, your normal. We're making it your new normal. And it might feel like 6 might feel wobbly for a while. You might want to come back to a 5, but you're going to catch yourself and you're going to be like, no, no, no. We're now like doing a 6. Eventually, what's going to happen is your 6 will become your dominant, 5 will become a low for you. It used to be your dominant, it will be a low, and then 7 or 6.5 is going to become a new peak for you. But if you try to move too quickly, then you're not going to have time to really stabilize this for yourself. It won't be robust. I've seen people try to do it very quickly, and I'm happy for them while they're happy, but then it's like they crash because it wasn't permanent. They didn't do the inner work that went along with it. Okay? So this is why I like things that are robust. I don't like doing this. It's just not my identity. It's not who I am. I like to normalize things. It might take me time. I'm still doing my inner work. It takes me time sometimes to have to peak at a new level and then make that my new normal. But that's like always my goal. It's always my goal to raise it and make it robust and make it like permanent. So once we get to a point where our new level like that used to be a peak is now our norm, we'll start having a shift in perceptions. The world will start responding to us differently. And what we have available to us as far as desires and manifestations will start shifting. What I'm trying to say is that there will be receipts in your environment showing this to yourself and everyone around you that things have shifted, that something's different about you. People will start saying things to you like, "Oh, did you get a facial? Did you lose some weight? Are you in love? Do you have like a new relationship? Did you get a raise?" Like they'll start feeling that something's different about you just because now the frequency, the vibration that's in your field has shifted as a result of this inner work that you have done. It's people will see it, it's undeniable. Now, one of the things I had to do is when I started doing this inner work 15 years ago, I used to have a lot of negative thoughts. I used to have certain thoughts that were like almost obsessive. Like they would just keep coming back. I would have peaks of like feeling great, feeling high vibration, and then those thoughts would come back. The slightest things could trigger those negative thoughts. It was just my dominant ways of being because of my past. And so I had to learn to hang up on those thoughts. And this was my process. I want to give it to you guys. This is literally the process that I use. This is in my 6-step process. It's in the Basic Babe bundle. Like I teach it in a lot of my courses, and I'm giving it to you right now. It's in my book. Okay. So you feel the feeling of whatever that thought is, whether it's like a feeling that invokes fear in you, or a thought that invokes fear in you, a thought that invokes loneliness in you, or lack of worthiness, whatever it is, feel it. Okay. And how I feel it is I see where is it coming up in my body? Is it like a burning sensation in my chest? Is it something tight in my womb? Is it like heaviness on my shoulder? Like, where is it coming up? And then I feel it. If tears come up, I would cry. If I needed to journal, I would journal. If I needed to just sit with it, I would sit with it. And so feel it and then shift out of it. Feel it and then shift out of it. So I would feel it several times. And then let's say that for 3 days that thought didn't come. And the fourth day it shows up, I would just hang up on it. I would just say, oh, we're not thinking that anymore. We're thinking this. So I would like, because I know that I've worked through it, I've like felt it, I've journaled about it, like I did the stuff. Now it's just coming up as a habit. I would just say, no, 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 just gently. We're hanging up on that thought. This is what we're thinking instead. This is literally my 6-step process, right? So let's say the thought was, oh, my husband doesn't love me. Let's say, and it would my thought would come, my husband doesn't. No, babe, we're not thinking that anymore. You know what we're thinking now? We're thinking my husband is madly and wildly in love with me. So I would just shift it. And because I didn't have the neural pathways like there yet for the new thought, I still had it for the old thought. So the old thought would come up and then the feeling would follow, and then I would be down that spiral again. But now that I knew that I had worked through it a couple of times, journaled, chosen a better thought, so I would hang up on that one and choose the other one. I would redirect my human self into the other direction. That was literally my process. Okay, let's see. Hi, Mina. I'm probably a 7. Question, is this also the reason why our income is still the same? So that's another layer. You could have a high vibration and not have a high income because what you think is your emotional edge or your energetic edge, your container for income, needs to be updated, but you haven't updated it yet. So you could be, let's say, let's just for the sake of this conversation, let's assume that a 10 was the highest vibration any human could have. Obviously, there's more, but let's just say, okay? So let's say it was a 10. And let's say that a monk reached this level of a 10, okay? But let's say that this monk had beliefs that having money was bad or wrong or ungodly or unspiritual. Their income wouldn't change. Not automatically. They would have to choose a new level for their income for that to raise. Now, they work hand in hand. So, for example, if I decided today that I want to earn at a new level, it would be easier for me to earn that at that level as long as I was also keeping my vibration high. Because if I'm feeling feelings of doubt or fear or unworthiness, obviously I'm not going to be able to call in new levels of wealth. So I'm in that phase of my journey where I have instant manifestations because I keep my vibration as high as possible. Obviously, there's a new peak that happens. That you guys know today's New Year's Eve for me and my team. So happy New Year. Tomorrow is April 1st. Happy New Year. We're starting 2024 2.0. And I just went through a peak and I'm currently in the process of normalizing that peak. So that peak that I just had this last few days, I'm in the process of making that my new normal. The interesting thing is that some of my friends and family members that watch my content, not all of it, but like here and there, they caught a couple of my live streams in the last few days and literally texted me saying, Mina, something's different about you. There's just like this glow about you. There's just, so one of my friends called it God glow. And a couple of my family members that don't really have this like spiritual language were like, wow, you just seem like even more happier and vibrant than normal. And I was like, thank you. I didn't go into like explaining anything because they won't necessarily know the spiritual work, but I was like, thank you, I received that. I know what's happening behind the scenes. I know that what happened is that there was a peak and I loved it. And I was like, ooh, God, are you summoning me and saying that this gets to be the new normal? Okay, I accept. Now let me stabilize it. So I'm in the process. This past week, I've been stabilizing that new level. That means that what was previously my like dominant is now becoming my low. So it's like a caterpillar, right? It's like you keep moving and inching up, and I'm loving it. I love the process. I love the journey of it. It excites me. And it also excites me that there's no matter where we are, there's always new levels of abundance that we can feel. There's always new levels of love we can feel. There's always new level of prosperity, friendship, enjoyment, flirtiness. There's always another level. But when I'm at like normalizing a peak as my normal, I move slow. I don't try to do it too fast because I know I want it to be robust. And what might be slow for me may be fast for you. Obviously, it's all relative to our own journey. Happy New Year, Sharifa. Thank you. Container course will it will change your emotional set point for whatever you want. So what I recommend, Sophie, is when you go through it the first time, just try to use it to change your dominant vibration. Then go back a second time and say, right now, I'm going to rewatch the course. And this time, everything or anything that comes out of Mina's mouth in this training, I'm going to transmute it in my mind to money. And then you're going to change your container for money. Then when that's done, I want you to go back a third time and you're going to say, I'm going to watch it a third time. And this time, any example that Mina uses, I'm going to pretend like she's talking about love and love only. And I'm going to use it to change my container for love. So we have so many alumni students that have used it for all areas because it's the same in our work. You're basically changing your emotional and energetic set point. You know how I have talked about in the past that everything essentially on this planet is a limiting belief? Like, for example, if I say millionaire, to some people, that's like, wow, millionaire. To a billionaire, that's a downgrade because a billionaire is above, it's their container is above a millionaire's container. So at some point, millionaire was like a whoa. And then it was like, oh, normalized it, done, right? To a trillionaire, a billionaire is like peasantry. It's like you're still talking about billions, like that's like done there, been there, done that, right? So at some level, everything is a limiting belief. To God, trillionaire is a limiting belief because it's like nothing. It's like sand. It's like some specks of sand to God. So because we're having this 3D reality and we have to be able to like quantify things and set a container, we make things to mean things, right? Like $10 is too much for a piece of gum, but it's like very little for shoes. They're just all arbitrary lines. It just depends on where you're at. I think that $1,000 for a pair of shoes is pretty reasonable at this point in my life. Okay, 10 years ago, I thought people who spent $1,000 on shoes, like they were like living the life. Like, who are these people? What? Who does that? So it's an arbitrary line. Basically, what we're doing as we're raising our vibration is that we're shifting all of these lines along with it. So this is why I thought when I was coming on to do this, I'm like, I have to do something special for them for the Femme Fortune because this is where you can apply that inner work to any area of your life. And I made it on a 50% flash sale. Let me see what you guys are saying. Mina, I literally just started doing your money cord cutting ritual yesterday and dreamt about getting a big stash of cash. Do you see how this works? Let's dissect this. So she does this cord cutting ritual, and I'm assuming she did it when she was awake. And then she went to sleep, and her subconscious mind gets to work. Her subconscious mind goes, okay, she's sending us new instructions. Okay, she wants us to change our dominant belief systems, views, feelings, thoughts about money. Let's do it. So her subconscious now starts showing her stashes of cash. Stashes of cash right there. Do you see how it works? This is why invocations, inner work, prayers, affirmations, journaling. That's why we do this stuff because we're sending a new set of instructions to our subconscious mind, which then when we're sleeping, it's like computing it behind the scenes. I love that she like did it one day and then like her subconscious is like, okay, your wish is my command. That's what you wanted me to do? Okay, stashes of cash. That's what we're gonna dream about. My family and few friends said my energy is different lately and keeps asking if I'm in love or something. Random people are opening doors and giving me extra treatment lately. I raised it a bit, girl. You are at a new level. You just raised your number. You just raised your vibrational number. That's so interesting. I've noticed since the past 4 months, I'm doing inner work in my dreams. Yes, yes, yes. That's the point of doing it when we're awake, so that when we're sleeping, the subconscious starts doing its bit, the easy bit, the bit that happens while we sleep. Where can I find the money cord cutting? So it's in my money course, but it's also in my contained in love journal. I read it to you guys in my live stream 2 days ago that I did for you guys. I read it out loud for you guys. Money cord cutting invocation. So contained in love, it's on Amazon. It's a journal. It's right there. Okay. I have been asking God last few days, how do I truly change? This is my answer. Make it permanent. Katrina, I love it. put that answer question out in the field, and then whatever was the path of least resistance, if you were already watching me, God was like, okay, let's just have Mina do this training. This is how you can plant stuff in my mind. I've said this when you guys are like, Mina, come to Toronto, Mina, do an intensive here. Don't tell me, tell God. Because when you tell God, God plants it in my mind, and I wake up saying, oh, I gotta go to Toronto. That's what happened with Budapest. I did not even know so many of you guys were in Europe wanting me to come there again, because I haven't done an intensive there since 2022. And we just woke up one day, we're like, okay, we're doing it Budapest. And then you guys are like, I manifested it. No, I manifested it. No, well, all of you guys put it out into the field. God got the memo. God planted it in my mind. And then I wake up thinking it's my idea, that I downloaded it, but it wasn't my idea. You planted it in my subconscious by manifesting it. Bought it instantly. Awesome. Getting it now, and Fem course too. Super excited. Awesome. I'm so glad. I had already planned this training when you guys requested it 2 days ago. You guys remember, you were like, let's do this. And then, but like 2 minutes before I came, that's why I was 2 minutes late, because I'm like, oh my God, the Fem Fortune Container course would really complement this masterclass. So I discounted it by 50%, and I'm like, let's do it. Manit said, yes, I manifested Mina in Dubai as well. Yes, and Manit, you made me a promise. I remember. So you said that you were going to help me manifest the India intensive. So let's do it collectively. Sometimes when we manifest collectively, we're stronger. Oh my God, you know who I'm the strongest ever with manifesting jointly? Armand. I don't know what it is with me and Armand, my oldest son. And like anytime I'm like wanting to manifest something really huge and I'm like putting it on a pedestal, I'm like, Armand, I need you. I need your help in manifesting this with me. And it's like, bam, I don't know what it is. When we manifest together, it's almost scary how fast we do it. I think it's because we've been studying the law of attraction since he was 9. He's 19 now. I know, like, together. And so I don't know, we just manifest together. I have a feeling, Manit, that you and I are gonna manifest India together. Because I know you and one of my other students in Dubai, you guys were like, you can make it happen. And here's why you guys might be thinking, Mina, why can't you just do it? So Irfan will have a hard time getting a visa for India because his nationality is Pakistani. And it's hard to get a visa apparently for India, even though Irfan has been to India many times through his work. But he thinks that now, like, I don't know if that's his limiting belief or what, but he thinks that he's not going to be able to go. And I need to go to India with my husband. Like, I wouldn't feel good going alone. So help me manifest it. I wouldn't have no trouble getting it because I was born and raised in the United States, but he has Pakistani ties. So yeah. Normalize the peak and keep moving. Yes. Yes. I got so emotional when you were talking about your mom accomplishments and lady balls. When described her funeral and how many people she touched, I just started bawling. Oh, thank you, babe. Yeah, she was amazing. She was amazing. She truly was. So was my dad, and I know that I don't always give him his credit, but yeah, they were. They were really, really giving people. They were very selfless people that came with good and bad, but they were amazing. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. I really want to go to India. I'm manifesting it. Can we manifest that together? Let's manifest it together. Let's make it where Irfan's limiting belief doesn't even exist. Like it's like, no, of course he can get a visa. Like I know me and the kids, it would be very easy because we're born here, but he thinks, even though he's a citizen, the US citizen, he thinks he's gonna have a hard time. So we'll see. I have been working on a scent for skincare product for months. Last night, went to sleep giving it to God. This morning, I mixed together some essential oils and got it perfect. Flower. If you ever feel like you want to send it over, I do have a PO box, just saying. I would love to try that out. It's got God resonance in it. Of course, I want to try it out. Wow, I love this. I love when we can just surrender it, hand it over to God, and it's done. It's done. Ina, you have no idea how much you've changed my life. This is random, but you were in my dreams the other day and answered a question I posed. In my dream, I was like a star-struck child. Oh, you are so sweet. I love this. Remember, God will use any and all resources necessary to get you the answer that you're asking. One of my favorite mantras that I've been practicing, I want to say about 18 months to 2 years, I've been really, this has been my, you know how over the years I've shared with you, like, what mantra I've been doing at that time. And I'll do it for like a year or 2 years and then I'll find a new one. Like back in the day, oh my God, this is like when I first found the law of attraction 17 years ago. I used to say money comes easily and effortlessly. Money comes easily and effortlessly. That was like the big one. Okay. Then I have so many. The one that I've been kind of like in for the last about 18 months to 2 years is solutions are always available to me. Solutions are always available to me. Solutions are always available to me. I don't know, right now, like I'm still in that one. And I just love it. It's just the solutions just show up in such miraculous ways. And I have been like just internally reciting that and saying that and believing that and knowing that for a while now. That's like my favorite one. My heart fluttered when you said India. Yes, yes, we have to do India. Of course, we have to do India. We have to. India is happening. India is happening. God, we're planting the seeds right now. I'm handing it over. India is happening. I'm handing it over to God. I'm planning it. It's happening. It's done. Okay, that's gonna be so exciting. That's gonna be so exciting. I'm from India, living in Canada, and I already have this course. Awesome, Uzma. I didn't know you were in Canada. I have been surrendering all my problems and anxieties to God, and it's crazy for me to see how easily and super quickly He handles everything. We were never meant to do it alone. I think we just all forgot. We've been sleepwalking. We all forgot. I will send you my cream as soon as I get everything together. Would have never started any of it without you. Flower, that would mean the world to me. Your potent God creation. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. Indian Canadian, beautiful. My whole life is transforming right now and it's all chaos, but because I did so much inner work, I just feel so safe and trusting in God. It's like cosmic chaos, like organized chaos, right? We were talking about this in the Davy course. I don't know if you were in Davy, but Davy is like above the chaos of life. So it's like it doesn't mean chaos isn't there. It's she's able to transmute that energy of chaos into energy of creation, into energy of alchemy, transmutation. Yeah. Yes, let's do it, Diane. I feel like the fact that we just discussed it, like who else also feels like India is definitely happening, like 1,000%. It's like definitely happening. Amina, when did you started connecting with God? I know you were obsessed with the Secret book first. Actually, it was a Secret movie. I found God through The Secret. So to me, the law of attraction is is religion. It's God. It's basically if you remove all the stories from the Bible, if you remove all the stories from the Quran, if you remove all the stories from the Gita, like all the books, and just look at the universal laws, it's the law of attraction. That's how I see it. I had kind of a hot and cold relationship with God because I was trying to find God through other people's perceptions of religion before I found the law of attraction. And so I would like believe and then not believe and then have doubt, believe and then not really, right? When I found the law of attraction, I literally saw God. That's when I was like, oh, this is what all of the religions have been trying to say all along since day one. So to me, religion, law of attraction, God, it's all the same thing. It's the same thing to me. That's how I receive it, and that's how I practice it in my life. Mina, I took your advice and now have 5,000 followers in 1 week. Girl, I was so afraid to put my face out there. Now to monetize. Thank you. Girl, yes, get that money. Yeah, I'm so happy for you. Is there something that you want us to come follow or share, or you want to keep it private? Like, totally not putting you on the spot, whatever you want to do. Because my son's always like, Mom, sometimes you put people on the spot. I'm like, sorry, I don't mean to. Mina, you have mentioned a few times that you might have been depressed in the postpartum phase of your second son. Girl, yes. Would this current version of you approach that time differently to keep your energy high? Okay. Let me talk about that first, and then let's move into how I would process it. Okay. So I was very much depressed through my pregnancy with Ayan, my second son, who is he's turning 14 next month. Oh my God. My babies are getting fast too fast, like big too fast. Um, Throughout the whole pregnancy, because my mom was dying of cancer. And so I would have moments of like high vibe because I already knew the law of attraction at this time. But I would talk to my mom and I would just feel very down because she would never tell. My mom was never the type of person that would like tell me that she's sick. You would never know it, but I could feel it. And I'm gonna feel emotional even just telling you my mom's birthday is coming up. Her death anniversary just passed a couple days ago. And so I was already very depressed during that pregnancy. I was very happy to be pregnant. I was excited about the baby. This was our, Irfan's first like baby, right? And so I was very excited, but I was also very depressed for my mom. And 6 weeks before I had Ayan, my mom passed away. So when I had Ayan, I had moments of extreme bliss and moments of extreme sadness, extreme sadness. Like I was a hot mess. I would cry myself to sleep. Sorry. I feel like my son gave me second life during that time because I just could not imagine a life without my mom. I just couldn't at this time. Sorry, guys. This is already kind of a vulnerable time for me because my mom passed away in March. My dad passed away in April, and it's kind of their birthday months as well. So when I went to the doctor, they said I was having postpartum depression, but I I was in grief. So I don't know what was happening. They did prescribe antidepressants to me. I did not take them. I never fulfilled the prescription because I remembered something my boss had said to me years ago when I was in corporate. My boss has said depression is he said depression is when you feel sad for no reason. You have reason to feel sad. He has said to me at a different time in my life. And I don't know if I had postpartum depression or I was just literally grieving the loss of my mom. I was so sad at this time in my life. I just could not imagine my life without her. And so I don't know what it was. Um, to answer your question, would I have processed it differently? I don't know, babe, because I know that I am the kind of person that I can, like right now, I can teach you this very high vibration field training, be feeling intense amounts of gratitude and love for my life, for God, for all of my blessings, my husband, my children, for you, for my work. And I also can just cry for my mom and my dad. I have the ability to run all of those programs in my system at the same time. So, but some people might see me crying and saying, "Oh my God, Mina Irfan is depressed. She's lying. She's not happy." I can be all the things. I will. I was watching something yesterday. Those of you guys that are watching Jaane Jahan Pakistani drama with me right now, we watched that episode from last Monday, last night, and I felt so sad for the hero. I was so sad for him. My heart was sinking for him in that one scene at the little makeshift place they had made for the flood victims, right? I felt deep, deep, deep sadness for him. I know it's a character. My heart ached for him. I'm very sensitive to human emotions. I love so hard that this is just a character on a TV show. And I was praying for him, and my heart was aching. And my husband and I were holding hands, and at the same time, I was feeling intense amounts of joy for the love that I have in my life. So I know that a lot of people cannot relate to this because, again, at certain levels of inner work, you don't have the ability to process multiple emotions at the same time. But as you start doing your inner work, you do. So, I could be with my family and feeling highs of joy and also like feel sad that my mom is not there to witness it. Like I could feel all of it at the same time and nothing takes away from it. So I don't know if I really had postpartum depression. Again, when I was pregnant with Armand, my first child, I was finding out that my ex-husband was cheating on me. I filed for divorce. So I was going through multiple emotions at the same time. And again, when I had him, they didn't know if I was grieving the divorce or just having postpartum depression. I didn't have any of that with Alina because none of those circumstances were happening when I had Alina. So I don't really know. Yeah. When I cry, I still feel happy because happiness is feeling your emotions and sitting with them no matter what it is. Yes. Yes, you nailed it. Yes. So it is possible for us to feel multiple things at the same time. Okay? You can be intensely happy, joyful, grateful, and sad for a family member, or um, sad for people that are suffering on the planet. I feel that all the time. I feel sadness for people that are suffering, and I also feel intense amounts of joy that I have in my life and the joy that I am able to create in the small little corner of the universe that we're sharing together right now. I feel both at the same time. Uh, oh my God, I'm getting emotional because the way you told the story about your mom and dad when they passed and you forgave them and apologized, that helped me do the same with my parents. Thank you. Thank you, babe. Mina, is the muscle memory master codes just affirmations? I want more money affirmations that I can do daily. So, Alma, that is like 30 days of like 10-minute little trainings that you listen to every day that rewire you in 30 days. You can use them as affirmations, but they're kind of like these like little 5 to 10 minute kind of like activations. And then there's some longer things in there that I also bonused in, which will be great. I also have Millionaires. I think what you're looking for, Alma, might be more Millionaires. Millionaires is like really potent energy, really potent energy. And Kainaat, which is going to be my newest manifestation course that I'm going to teach after LA, that's going to be my newest manifestation course, is also going to have a play shop in there about billionaires energy. That's like the next level after Millionaires. So I've got a lot of fun, exciting things downloading right now. There's radiance and grieving and in all emotions we feel. Agreed, Paula. In fact, in my culture, they say that when someone's grieving, all their prayers come true because their heart is like ripped open and they're just so close to God in that moment. And so, people will often ask like grieving people to pray for them. So it's true. Amanda from Science and Magic said such a powerful message for the wild ride that is now motherhood. Yes, yes. It's it's messy, it's beautiful, it's love, it's transmutation, it's alchemy. The most beautiful and also the most painful part of motherhood has been having your heart now live outside your body. Like it's so painful because all my other organs, it feels like I can control their inside of me. But like, it like now even with my 19-year-old, right? He's all over the world traveling, living his best life, right? And I have to literally I had to hand him over to God and just say, God, I know that at some point you handed him over to me to raise him in my belly, to give birth to him, to nurture him, to nourish him, to raise him. But now that he's an adult, I'm handing him back to you. Please guide him and protect him and just keep him in your light. And so that it's hard. That is the hardest part of motherhood. And now I know how my parents felt, you know? It's tough because you love something so deeply and they're not always in your control. So yeah, it's beautiful, but it's painful as well. Amanda, you're over here making me so emotional, girl. We feel the love you have for your family with you. Thank you, Violet. I love you, babe. Thank you. Appreciate you sending me so many hugs and loves. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for all of your love, ladies. I appreciate you. You're so creative, Mina. Which course can we take if we want to learn how to constantly come up with and birth new and fun courses? Ooh, what you're asking me, Jazz, is how can I be stayed in, how can I stay plugged into God? So when you're plugged in, when your vibration is high, whatever God wants to create will be created through you. You know how people are always like, tell me the how? Here's the big secret. I'm teaching this next week in LA. I'm going to give you guys a little transmission from that intensive. You are God's high. How? Say this in the chat right now. Say, I am God's how. I am God's how. So I'm the how. And if I'm like plugged into God, God's like, okay, do this, tell them this, write this, share this, stream this, show this. So when we're plugged in, our vibration is high, we're like close to God, it just flows through. When we're not plugged in and then we're like trying to create something of value, it can feel like more efforting. You can still do it. It just feels more like efforting. So here's what I want you to plug into. I want you to work very, very hard at letting it be easy. I want you to work very, very hard at letting it be easy. I am God's how, I'm God's how, I'm God's how, I'm God's how. We're just affirming it. I'm God's how. I'm God's how. I'm God's how. I'm God's how. I want you to affirm it. Say, you are God's how. You can't ask God. Ask God how because God asked how and you showed up. So you are literally God's how. Mina, what are your opinion on food and drinks affecting our vibration? Do you take that into consideration in your life? Girl, yes, yes, yes. Okay? Because remember, there's the human part of us, and then there's the soul part of us, the spirit part of us. If the human part of us is in turmoil, it becomes loud. It's like, I'm in pain. Ow, I hurt. You know, it takes up a lot of energy. It pulls a lot of energy from the spirit. And so because of that, the spirit's like, hello, I'm trying to plug into God over here and like get my downloads. Excuse me. And it's like, my shoulder hurts, my head hurts, I'm bloated, right? So yes, I do have to be very mindful of the foods I eat and how they affect my body. That has been an ongoing journey for me. You guys know that, right? I partly thank my autoimmune, diagnosis into 2012 to bring this to light, and now I do have to be mindful. If I start eating things that don't really resonate with my field, they do bring me down. They do. But my body will tell me. And then it's my job to listen. Yeah. Mina, I lost my mom as well and always feel her around, but I feel extremely happy in life and simultaneously miss her so much. Thank you for sharing your feelings and emotions with us. Oops, I think I missed the rest of it. I love you. I love you too, babe. I can't see your name. I think it says CXT, but I'm sorry for your loss. But really, I don't even want to say that because I lost my parents in the physical, but they became closer to me in the non-physical. So I don't really know if it was a loss. I know that sounds kind of negative, but I became closer to them. I can carry them with me all the time now, and they're happier. They're more joyful. Their suffering has ended. and I have a better relationship with them as well. So I feel weird when I say to people, I'm sorry for your loss, but you get it. Like, I'm sorry for the human loss, but the energetic gain. I think you get me. This life is so delicious and juicy and perfect. I was craving something fun and rich, and I could taste this next level experience right now. Oh my God, like you are saying every single word I need to hear. Tears, yay, Paula! I feel like we're like co-creating this right now. We're all kind of plugged in and like co-creating it. It's even scary how on point this is. God always knows. I feel like my mom sent you to me, even though I'm 34 years old because she can't physically be here. Girl, we always need our parents at any age. I'm 43, about to be 44 this year, and I need my mama and my daddy all the time. I talk to them all the time. They help me all the time. Body, mind, and soul. Thank you for the super chat. Sierra, is it? Beautiful. Thank you for being a blessing to all and a baddie. Thank you, babe. I appreciate your generosity today. Oh, Christy. Okay, I'll try to remember that, Christy. I feel the exact same. I'm closer to her so much now. I think the human can complicate relationships sometimes, like the human part of us. And now that they're not human, we still are, but at least we can connect to them spiritually. So, yes, human loss, but energetic gain, the perfect way to put it. Yes, yes, yes. Off topic, what is your opinion on 19 years age gap in a relationship? Is it too much? For me, it would be too much, but again, it depends. To a lot of people, the 9 year age gap that Irfan and I have is too much, but we feel energetically the same age. Irfan feels like a peer to me. Like we're the same. So I think it depends. If you're connected, you're on the same resonance field, it might not be too much. I have clients that have 25, 20 year age gaps and they're like, nope, it doesn't feel like too much to them. So I think it depends on the person. Yeah. It depends on how close you guys are, like on everything else. Mina, do you think being with the wrong people can downgrade your beauty? Girl, yes. Plugging into the wrong grids, yes. Yes, absolutely. I have seen that with people. I even have extended family members that were just dropped at gorgeous and then they married the wrong people and their beauty just went like you could tell that they weren't happy. So yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Hajar. I appreciate that. I'm having this really funny issue with the skin stresses. So you guys know I have like 20 of them. And what I didn't share is I have some that are the same color and the same size because I love them so much. I got them in the same color, same size. But the issue is that I was gonna stand up and show you guys this one, but I can't like show you the full thing. The issue is that they're all different lengths. So I have this hot pink one that's both of them are Skims hot pink dresses. Both of them are small, and I hung them up, and one is at least 4 inches longer than the other one. So I don't know what's going on. This black one is also super long on me, but like a lot of the other ones are the same size and they fit fine. So I'm guessing that they're different batches. Has anyone else experienced that? I just find that like super weird. Why are they so like inconsistent in their length? My heart is calling out for a meditation to connect with our loved ones on the other side. I think someone else was also asking for a meditation. Let's do it. I feel like some of you guys are really wanting a meditation. Let's do it now. Okay, let me take a sip of water. We always want to be hydrated. I am the hydration queen right now. Okay, let's do it. So close your eyes. And I want you to relax your body by putting your focus on the soles of your feet. Allow yourself to feel grounded through the soles of your feet. Imagine that there's roots growing from the soles of your feet and going through the flooring in your home, through all the levels, all the layers, all the floors, into the foundation, into the earth, all the way to the earth's magnetic field. And through these roots, you're taking up divine nourishment. Did you notice how your entire body just lit up with that divine glow as I said that? Now your field is being transmuted into divine glow. Every cell in your body is alchemizing into the highest vibration available. Allow it to go even higher than what you think is possible. Allow every cell in your body to be nourished, alchemized, transformed. Notice that you're just surrounded by pink and golden energy. God is shining on you right now and all around you. Your vibration is the highest it's ever been. Allow this very high energy field to level up your dominant energy right now. And dear God, we ask that you elevate us into more, raise our energy, raise our consciousness, raise our thought forms, raise our feelings. Are you noticing how much stronger your field is becoming right now? That golden light, that pink cloud. Dear God, collectively from our overflow, let us help raise all of our energy and consciousness and vibration. Do you guys feel that? Dear God, in this high vibration field right now, heal whatever needs to be healed. Remove whatever no longer serves us. Remind us of who we really are. Show us your love, your guidance, your grace. Please also reveal what you want me to do. How can I be a better how for you? How can I channel you better? How can I channel your message better? Dear God, please remove any distortions from my field. Dear God, please make me someone that breathes life into people. In my presence, everyone can remember who they are. Everyone can elevate. Everyone can be the best version of themselves. Dear God, help me remind everyone who you are. Thank you for giving me my parents, my husband, my children, my people, all people, my angels, guides, my physical and metaphysical team. Please keep everyone in your divine protection, under your guidance. Dear God, please always send us signs when we're heading in the wrong direction, when we forget about you, when we accidentally unplug and we go into fear and we go into efforting. Please send me those signs loud and clear so that I'm always reminded that you are with me. I love you, God. Thank you for giving me this beautiful life and this opportunity to serve. Dear God, through my service, please heal 7 generations back and 7 generations forward. Please clear the karmic debt of all of my ancestors and my descendants. Thank you for your divine protection for us and our loved ones. Thank you for this new level. And so it is. Whew. How did that feel? I had a really weird experience. I feel weird even sharing it with you guys. This has never happened to me before, but it was really weird. I felt paralyzed and like I couldn't come out of it. It was like doing something to me. I could see all of these things happening, and I was trying to end the meditation and I couldn't. I need a minute, I feel like. That was a little bit, it was divine, but it also felt a little scary. I think not having control and like not being able to come out of it was a little like jarring for me. Whew. Could anyone else like see the things that I was seeing and feel the energy? Did you see that like golden light with those like um pink stuff like getting stronger and stronger, almost like blinding? Wow, my legs felt paralyzed. Oh my God, Peaches. I tried like at least 5 times to like end the meditation to come out of it, but it wouldn't let me. It was doing something to me. Like there was some kind of a clearing and rising happening, and it wouldn't let me like just like end it. I couldn't move I kept wanting to like do this, and it wouldn't let me move my arms. It was so interesting. My heart felt activated. Yes. That was such a beautiful meditation prayer. God is definitely working through you. You just gave me an example of being God's how. Diana, I love this. And I was higher in my meditation than ever before. I felt like that too, Peaches. That was a new level. I feel like God wanted me to do this meditation, and then you guys kept asking for it. You were just used as a how to get me to do this. I think there was like a system upgrade that needed. It was really weird. I feel like I just need like a second. That like last 3 or 4 minutes of anything I said, I wasn't conscious of saying it. It was being said, like it was just being said. I was during that last 3 or 4 minutes, I was just trying to get out of it and it wouldn't let me. It was just saying stuff. It was so different than anything I've ever felt. Whew. I had a big golden light coming from into my forehead, like being near the sun. That's exactly how it felt for me, Lakshmi, like being very much near the sun, but it was like the son of God. Whew. I cried through it, but also felt soothed. Oh, soothed. Oh my God. Like pink specks, yes. That's what I saw, and it felt like a strong magnetism for all my energy and tension to my heart center. It was very bright sun, like God's sun yellow with like pink in it. And it was doing something to me where I couldn't move. It didn't want me to like, you know how when your computer is being rebooted and you're trying to press things and nothing's happening? That's what it felt like. I was trying to end the meditation and it wouldn't let me end it. It just kept doing more. Oh my God, the Easter energy magnified it. Maybe. Wow. Yes, maybe. Maybe. I really had to lay on my back for that, to be able to hold that. It was a strong prayer. Yeah, I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but I think this was the strongest meditation I've ever had. Strongest meditation experience I've ever had. Yes, that would be the truth. Wow. Oh my God. When you said husband and kids, I saw a man and girl next to him and little boy on his arms. Mind you, I am not married yet. Yeah, that was the thing. When I was saying that, there was a part of me that was like, I'm trying to do this meditation with you guys, and me saying husband and kids is like my kids, right? But no, it's like it needed to do something, reboot something inside of me. And a lot of that last bit, I didn't like consciously say. It was so interesting. Oh my goodness, I'm like having a moment. In holy month of Ramzan, it is blessed nights. It is expected to be different. I think I love this time of year because all of the religions have like these massive, like big moments happening, these really big, high vibration prayers and things. So, yes, oh my goodness, that was so beautiful. I feel like something just got rebooted. I'm integrating. That was so good. Delicious. Spring activated. My first real meditation with you, and it changed something in me. Wow, we'll never miss these ever again. Oh my God, Peaches, I love it. When we do these live in person, girl, yes, like, oh, we're gonna do one next week together. If it's gonna be anything like this, like, I'm already like electrified. I knew that something big was like moving in me, but that was a new level for me. I'm still integrating new frequency. I'm from Australia and hardly ever catch you live, and if I do, I always start from the start. But today I was really drawn to just join from live now, feeling the potency. Girl, yes, we're manifesting collectively Australia too. I saw pink clouds and I just kept getting higher and higher on them each level. Yes, I love this. Love it. Welcome to Danny, is it? OMG, I'm already here in California. This trip just began and is updating me already. Girl, yes. Paula, are you joining us? I can't wait to see you, babe. If you're coming at the end when we do the book signing and the pictures, I want you to shake my hand and say, Hi, I'm Paula. So I remember that that's you. Let's have like these signs so I remember. I want you to look like straight into my eyes and say, Hi, I'm Paula. We have to do one in Budapest. Of course, we always do the meditations live in person. Of course, we need to get that in-person energy together. They're just, they're so potent. Of course, they're potent like this too, but that in-person energy, yes. Yes, Paula. Okay. Yes, I will see you. I saw all of us lift and hold hands energetically, and it was so bright. Oh my God. I love that. I love it. Love it. Can you believe how lucky we are to have found each other on this little corner of the universe and be talking about these high vibration things? Like, how delicious is this? Alma said, I noticed something different and wondered, wow, what is God going to say next to me? Yay! I felt very rooted and like I was receiving energy from the earth, like roots of a plant. I still haven't moved. Yes! Claudia, I love this. Love it. So much potent energy. I saw both my grandparents, Lakshmi said. And oh my goodness, beautiful. I think they wanted you to know they've always been with you. They've always been supporting you. I wonder if they're your guides now. Wow, beautiful. Yeah, that being paralyzed part was weird. Like I kept trying to like raise my hands to end it, and I couldn't. And still now, I feel like my arms are almost hurting as if I did like a really big workout. They're like sore. So interesting. Yes, it's my favorite live now, unlocking so much higher vibe energies. You know, I think that this live stream is going to be this and the last two live streams. I already knew the last two live streams were they were a peak in the new energy, but now this is going to be the normal and now we're just going to keep going higher. Do you know what I mean? Like the last two lives, I already was told and shown that I have elevated in the energy I'm able to hold and teach at. And I feel like now with this live, I've got upgraded to another level. And so all the future lives will be, I'm like scared to even say it, but they're just going to be charged differently. I feel it. There's a part of me that almost wants to like delete my entire channel and just leave these three lives on. Like that's what's coming up. God, do you want me to do that? No. Why not? Why don't you want me to delete all my previous content? Because some people need to find me through that, he's saying. Okay, I'm gonna leave it, but I feel like there's just such a big contrast. I'm arguing with God now, sorry. There's just such a big contrast between that content and I know what just happened now that I almost don't even feel like it's the same person. Okay, he just said leave it. Okay, your wish is my command. I do feel like deleting it though, just for the record, just so you know. Okay, I'm gonna follow your word, but I, Mina Irfan, the ego, wants to delete it all and start fresh. But of course, I would never do something, even though, okay, so I think I told you guys a story. So years ago, I had hired a YouTube mentor, and she had told me that all of my like keto content, rheumatoid arthritis content, all of my vlogs, all of like my hauls from the first like 10 years needed to be deleted off of YouTube because I was no longer teaching that content and I was now like you needed to just leave on the new content. So I deleted like 1,000 videos, and I regret it. I do regret it because sometimes I feel like it was cringe, of course, because it was like new content from when I was like back then. Some of it was like really showing my lower consciousness back then, but I do regret it because what if there's people out there that would have resonated with her, that version of me, and then saw the progression and the contrast would have really shown you who I am now and how much inner work I've done. So I wish I would have tapped in and really like made sure that's what I wanted to do. And so that's why I'm not going to be quick to delete anything, especially when I'm just asking God and He's giving me a clear, don't do it. So I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it. God has said, do not delete. No, please. It's fine. We love you. Yes, but some people need the old ones. I feel like he's screaming it out from you guys now just to make sure that I really got the message. I heard you, God. I heard you. I still get activations from the videos I've already watched. Sometimes I need the old version of you myself, especially when entering new eras of my life. Your growth is a powerful example for others. You're right. And you know what? Then I'll feel the same way because then I'll be saying, oh, I wish I still had those videos so you could have seen how far I came. So, yes, I'm not touching it. I'm just going to leave it. But yeah, I will say that I feel like this is so new. It's everything just feels so new and up leveled. It's like, wow, you're so up leveled. Your old videos really motivate me to keep going with my inner work. You look completely different. It's unbelievable how gorgeous you are now. Thank you, Jazz. Oh my goodness, ladies. I rewatched so many of your older videos. Okay, okay, I hear you. I chose you bloom where you're planted. Yes, my mom used to believe that, and I really did take that to heart. I still need your old content. I always watch older videos as well as new ones. The older ones sometimes meet me where I'm at. I love that. Meet you where you're at and help me see the stepping stones to get to higher levels. You know, I love that you said that. It meets you where you're at. Yeah, it's like time travel, isn't it? It's like you get to time travel to the version of Mina that was at the level that you need her to be at to tell you exactly what you need to hear. Yeah, I love that. There was something just really like the way you said that really hit me about just like why I need to just leave everything. I also had this real no, don't be mad. Don't be mad. But yesterday, I had a similar feeling when I was tapping into what I'm gonna teach at LA and then Kainat and then Budapest. I was like, oh, I just need to like archive all my other courses. And I have a friend that actually recently did this. She has 100 courses and she archived all of them and like completely started fresh. She's not selling them at all. And I was like, what? And my husband was like freaking out for her. He's like, what? Why would she do this? And I'm like, well, she just says that she just wants to teach at the new level now. And so I had this thought yesterday myself, even though we thought she was nuts for doing this, because why not just let other people buy it? Because they still need that old content. I had the feeling of like, oh, well, I'm done with the old content. Let me archive it. And then I'm like, no, like there's so many people in my community right now that need those trainings from exactly that perspective from where I was teaching it then. So of course I'm not going to do that. Don't get mad. But I just had that thought. I missed the first half because I was in personal power activation starting from rock bottom bad. Please keep. Okay, girl, I hear you. I hear you. It's magic. The old videos are the before picture. Yes, they are. Just energetically close the tie with the past version and flow to new levels. Ooh, I like that, Paula. Oh my God, let's do the cord cutting. I think if I'm being honest, it's coming from judgment, and I don't like that. Dear God, I honor and respect all versions of me, all levels of me, and I do not judge the past version at all. I release all judgments right now. Thank you, Paula. I think what you just said made me realize I was judging that version, but that was her journey. She's accomplished a lot from where she was. Let's do cord cutting. You guys want to do a cord cutting together? I feel like I need to do a cord cutting to kind of like energetically draw the line in the cosmos between this new level that I'm going into. I think what's happening is that this new level feels so expansive and so scary that all of this stuff is coming up. Okay, let's find which one should we do? I've got 21-day cord cutting, and then I also have 21-day soul cleanse. Which one should we do? Asha, thank you for the super chat. She said, Hi, Mina. After an awakening, my old vibration and reality with my career feels like a block instead of my financial step stool for the future. The shift to next feels scattered, stagnant, and undesirable to keep alchemizing. Advice. So, the first thing I would do, Asha, is kind of stabilize your own energy field without even thinking about old or future or anything. So, just the meditation that I just did with you guys, you remember that part where we put our feet, sorry, I'm trying to put my feet on the floor. Put your feet on the floor and just like root into the ground. Just stabilize your own energy field first. Just get to neutral first before we're trying to go past, forward, anywhere. Everything, Irfan always says that everything needs to start at neutral. I don't know why. He says, like, if you want to move forward, get to neutral first. You can't move forward from the negative. So let's get to neutral. Just stabilizing our field. Bringing all of our energy back to us. Dear God, just bring back all of my energy and send back, return to sender, whatever is not mine. Dear God, return to sender, whatever is not mine, and bring back all my lost energy. Dear God, just return to sender, whatever is not mine. I send it back with love and bring back all my energy. We're just returning to core. Just returning to core. Okay? And just be in that space for a minute. Just be there for a minute. When we're at our core, we have access to a different level of information. So just be at neutral for a while. And you'll start getting the answers. As Einstein said, right? We need a new level of consciousness to solve a new level of problems. So we're just returning to core and saying, okay, I just need access to new paradigms. Let's do a cord cutting. Let me see if this is the one that I want to do. Okay, let's do this one. Use this invocation to release emotional and energetic entanglements with others. And when I say others, it could be your own past self, it could be old ideas, it could be old content, it could be anything. And this is from my Contained in Love journal. Dear God, universe, source, higher self, whatever you call your higher power. I just love the word God. Dear God, dear divine, I call upon my loving ancestors, my personal guides, angels, and God to assist me in this cord cutting ritual. Dear God, I would like to be released of any ties, cords, contracts, and vows that no longer serve me. I would also like to be released of any old content, old videos, old courses that no longer is my new level. I'm adding that one in. Dear God, please release me from my contracts, vows, ties, entanglements that no longer serve my highest good. Dear Divine, I am now released from any vows, contracts, ties, cords that no longer serve me in all directions of time and space. Dear God, please cleanse my energy and fill every cell in my body with golden divine light. Dear God, with every new breath I take, I want every cell in my body to be cleansed and renewed with golden divine light. Dear God, I am now released of any ties, cords, entanglements, soul contracts, and vows that no longer serve me. Dear God, I now call back all and any missing parts of me. Please restore my energy to its original soul blueprint as intended at my soul's origination. Dear God, I am now healed, and whole in all directions of time and space. Please cleanse my energy and restore every cell in my body with your golden divine light. Dear God, I am now released from any vows, contracts, ties, cords, judgments in all directions of time and space. I'm now cleansed and renewed with golden divine light. And so it is. That's it. That is it. I do the cord cutting every day. Release it before starting a new day. Ooh, I like that. Yes, perfect timing for the new year. Yes, yes, yes. Beautiful. A lot of these cord cuttings are also in my courses. Like I have them in various places. I also have a Love Light meditation bundle, which comes with the basic day bundle, but you can get it separately that has like all of my meditations. I have done this exercise for 100 days straight, haven't missed a single day, and still feel like I can keep going. Beautiful, Usma. Keep doing it until you resonate, until it feels good. Love it. I love that you're just following your intuition. Mina, I'm impatient like you. I'm starting a new year too. Girl, yes. Let's all just like sync up into this like multiple years in 1 year cycle. All your versions have been inspiring to us. We love her just as much as we love the current you. Diane, that means the world to me. That is so sweet. Thank you. And you know, I need to do that too. I love her too. I love all my versions. And I really do. I always feel the most judgment for like the one just before where I'm at. I don't know why. And then it takes me time to transmute it. I've done this at every level, by the way. And then once I'm like a few levels ahead, then I like start loving that. But it takes me a minute to like I don't know, transmute that judgment. It's that I've done this at every level. Happy New Year, Mina and ladies. Happy New Year. Yes. Me too. I love these rituals. They've been such a transformative thing in my life. Yeah. Happy New Year, everyone. All right, ladies, I want to just be with you forever, but I gotta go wrap up a few things. Some things I need to take care of. I love you guys so much. This was so delicious, so good. I'll see you guys in LA, some of you guys, and I'll see you guys in the Femme Fortune Container course. There's a flash sale for the next few days. All of the links are in the description box, and a lot of you guys I'm going to see in Budapest as well. I extended that early bird price for another 24 hours because I didn't get a chance to go live yesterday. So all of that is in the links. I love you. Bye. Happy New Year. Happy Easter. Happy rebirth. I'll see you guys in the new year tomorrow. Bye.